Hello, everybody.
Will the person with the scream name Samsung SM please identify yourself and what case you're here for?
Is that me?
Yes.
Cody Hoffman. I'm here for a case in Elk County.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is the first appearance docket. I'm going to start with Greenwood County. This is for December 30th, 2024. First case I'm calling is State of Kansas versus Kaden Joseph West, 24 CR 231. Would counsel state their appearances, please?
May it please the court, this state appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
Are you Kaden Joseph West?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, Mr. West, I'm going to go over charges. Well, we have all the defendants available where they can hear at this point. We have 5 cases for Greenwood County. Do we have everybody available to where they can hear the rights?
No. So the females are still locked up, but I have the males out.
Very well. I'm going to go over the individual or go over rights in first, and then I'll follow up with individual cases. If you were charged in Kansas with a felony or a misdemeanor, you have the right to be presumed not guilty. You additionally have the right to a trial by jury or to the court. If you at a trial, you would have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses, call witnesses on your own behalf. Also, you would have the right to testify or not testify as you see fit. It cannot be considered against you if you choose not to testify. Additionally, you would have the right to use the court subpoena powers to have witnesses attend. Also, you would have the right to be represented by counsel. If you wish to be represented by counsel but cannot afford counsel, you can apply to the court. If you meet the financial criteria, I'd appoint an attorney to represent you. All right, Mr. West, do you understand the rights that I just explained?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go over what you're charged with now. You're charged in count 1 with identity theft. That's a severity level 8 non-person felony. Level 8 non-person felony is punishable at a minimum of 7 months and a maximum of 23 months with the Secretary of Correction. Additionally, there can be a fine up to $100,000. In regards to count number 2, you're charged with interference with law enforcement. That is a severity level 9 non-person felony. Level 9 is punishable at a minimum of 5 months to a maximum of 17 months and a fine not to exceed $100,000. In regards to count number 3, you are charged with driving while suspended a third or subsequent event. That is a Class A non-person misdemeanor. A Class A misdemeanor is punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a fine not to exceed $2,500. Additionally, depending on a person's criminal history, there may be a mandatory minimum times, including 90 days, depending on why a person's license was suspended if they were found guilty of those offenses. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. West, what is your intentions concerning an attorney?
My intentions concerning an attorney, I need one appointed to me.
All right. Have you filled out an application for one yet?
Nope.
I'd ask that you do that. They should be able to provide that to you. Do you have, are you employed at this time?
Yeah, I'm self-employed.
In what's your occupation?
Active service member.
Okay, you said self-employed, but an active service member.
Yes, sir.
How are you self-employed then?
I work non-profit.
All right. How much do you make in a year?
I work nonprofit, so therefore there is no profit.
You don't get paid?
Nope. I do everything I do out of the grace of God.
All right. I'm going to, you'll need to fill out the paperwork, but it sounds like if you have no income that you're going to qualify for court-appointed counsel. I will give a preliminary appointment of counsel. As you're charged with felonies, you are entitled to have what we refer to as a preliminary hearing or preliminary examination, where the state will have to show probable cause for you to be bound over on a felony.
Mine remind you that all of this came about on a traffic stop, and I am no longer charged with any of the original charges from the traffic stop to begin with. They pulled me over for suspicion of DUI. I blew a 0.000.
Well, I've explained what you're charged with.
Right.
Missy, do you have a proposed hearing date for this case?
Yes, January 31st at 1:30.
And that's for a preliminary examination control,
Yes,
January 31st
THC.
at 1:30.
yes.
Based upon Mr. West's statement, I'll give a preliminary appointment of counsel, but he does need to fill that out so I can review it. Anything further? So we need to address Mr. West on in regards to his bond. Ms. Gillette, any argument there?
Can I get a bond reduction, please?
Hold on, I'm going to let you make your request here in a moment. I'm going to see what the county attorney's asking for first.
Judge, I haven't seen his current bond, what they've set it at yet.
It's set at $125,000, which is a bit excessive.
I don't show a bond on the paperwork that I have, so
Oh, okay, then.
On the jail sheet, it says 12.5 by
Judge,
schedule.
I think it's appropriate to be set at 12.5. He was in possession of a stolen vehicle when he was
No.
stopped. That vehicle
No,
has been reported
Mr.
stolen.
West, don't interrupt.
It was
vehicle was not reported stolen. It was bowload.
Mr. West, you'll have an opportunity in a moment. Do not interrupt.
Yes, sir.
the
Mr.
vehicle.
West.
The vehicle he was driving has been reported stolen out of Lyon County. They were on the lookout for it.
Look at it.
And
Not reported stolen.
it is, he has given multiple different names as to what his name would be. We had to actually contact Lyon County to get a copy of his Kansas ID and have him identified. And they were able to identify him. And then we confirmed it with matching photos. He's given multiple wrong names at the traffic stop. It took quite a bit after getting him to the jail to figure out who he was. So I am asking for the bond to remain at $12,500 cash for professional surety. I believe it's appropriate under these circumstances.
Mr. West, recommendations in regards to bond?
I would request a bond reduction. I mean, honestly, I did not falsely give any names that were incorrect. I mean, there's no law stating that you're required and limited to only one name.
All right, sir, let's stay focus on the bond.
Okay.
Mr. Hoffman, you need to mute your screen.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know.
All right. I'm going to set bond at $12,500 cash or surety. Mr. West's next hearing date is January 31st at 1:30 for preliminary hearing control status. Mr. West, if you make bond, then you need to be in contact with the attorney that gets appointed. That will be a Zoom hearing. If you make bond, then I want you to appear at the sheriff's office or at the courthouse where they have electronic provisions, so there's no issue in regards to being able to conduct the hearing. Anything further concerning Mr. West?
I can't think of anything else, Sharon.
Mr. West, anything further in your case today? Very well, this matter is adjourned. He can be taken back to his cell. All right. State of Kansas versus Cody Hoffman. This is the Elk County case. Mr. Hoffman, you need to unmute your screen. Also, you need to turn on your video. Mr. Hoffman?
Are we good? Did I do it?
All right.
All right.
Mr. Hoffman, you were present when I went through the rights with an earlier individual. Did you hear those?
Yes, I did.
Do you need me to go over any of those rights again?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You were charged in count 1 with battery. That is a class B person misdemeanor. A B misdemeanor is punishable up to 6 months in the county jail and a fine not to exceed $1,000. You were charged in count 2 with aggravated assault. That is a severity level 7 person felony. That level of offense is punishable at a minimum of 11 months and a maximum of 34 months with the Secretary of Corrections. Additionally, there can be a fine not to exceed $100,000. Do you understand what you're charged with? Mr. Hoffman, do you understand what you're charged with?
I have no idea why aggravated would be involved in any way. But
all right. You, as you were charged with a felony, you are entitled to have a preliminary hearing. As I went through with your rights earlier, you have the right to be represented by counsel. Have you hired an attorney?
I have not.
Are you going to be hiring an attorney, or are you going to be applying for court-appointed counsel?
I suppose I'll be applying for court-appointed counsel. This is ludicrous. I mean, I can't believe this. You know.
Right. You'll need to. Where physically are you at this time?
I'm at my home.
Sir, where is that? What town?
Moline, Kansas.
All right. You can go by the courthouse and pick up the application for court-appointed counsel and fill that out. If you meet the guidelines, I would appoint an attorney to represent you. Can you do that today?
Yes.
Very well. The courthouse is open. The courts are open till 4:30. So it'll need to be in advance of that. You need to fill out that application completely. We will set a preliminary control hearing for you. We'll set that at least 2 weeks down the road. If we need to go a little farther out, we can. So
we've added to the additional charges that I was arrested for.
The county attorney has reviewed the paperwork and has charged you as I indicated.
All right, I will work on getting an attorney.
Okay, can the clerk, hold on. Do we have the Elk County clerk, Sarah? Do you
Yes,
have the
sir.
date for us?
Yes, we can do January 22nd at 10:30.
January 22nd at 10:30 will be your hearing, Mr. Hoffman. That'll be a Zoom hearing. You're at a place where you can, appear via Zoom if you're in a location where you've got good reception. If you
Yes.
have questions about if your equipment's going to be operational or anything to that effect, you can be at the sheriff's office. They can conduct a hearing from there as well. So if you get court-appointed counsel in advance of that, then consult with your attorney. Some attorneys will have their clients with them and to do the next hearing. But January 22nd at 10:30 is your next hearing date. So go
Is
ahead
there
and fill out that application today, get that submitted. You'll be notified if you qualify for court-appointed counsel or not.
Is there a deadline to go and get this paperwork?
Well, as we've got a January 22nd date today, you indicated you could come in today. Is that
Yes,
not a problem?
I'd like to source my options. I have, there's potential for other options, and I'd just like to know if there was a deadline on.
Well, go ahead and submit your application. If you choose to hire an attorney, you can do that. There's no problem with that, but I don't want to have a situation where we come up on January 22nd and you're not represented by counsel.
I understand. I will get on that immediately.
All right. A bond was posted earlier and he appears today. Ms. Gillette, do you wish to address bond? You're muted.
Just no contact with the victim, Your Honor.
So no contact with the victim. Anything further?
No.
Okay, Mr. Hoffman, is there anything about the bond you want to address today?
Nope.
Very well. Bond will continue. No contact with the witnesses or victims identified in the complaint. And very well. So if there's nothing further, this matter is adjourned and your parties are free to go.
I love you guys. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.